Hi guys, welcome to Inspire, Motivation That Excites, Episode 1. This is the first ever CBA live talk. So basically, we're stepping out of our comfort zone. It's not your usual, technology talks and stuff like that, business talks. This is, we gather guests or we invite guests, you know, to have the opportunity to reach out to you guys to expand their audience and to inspire you. So now I'll introduce two of my friends who will be joining me to host this event, to this first episode. And the topic that we're having today is very timely. I would say it's very timely due to this pandemic that we're having right now. So I'll call on Hans. Hi Hans, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to the stream.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for letting me to be the co-host of this show. Yeah, and
You're
so,
welcome, Hans.
yeah, as
Can,
always.
what can you say to what can you say to the audience right now that's you know at their
To
homes?
be honest, to be honest, I will be, to be honest, I feel nervous because this is really new for CBA especially. Um, this is really new, Edzer. You know this, like, you know this, right?
Yeah, very
I
new.
mean,
Yeah, yeah.
we don't usually do this kinds of live shows, and we had to adjust just to give the people what they want and what they want to ask us, especially for our special guest for today's show, diba?
Okay, yeah, yeah, true. You have a
Mm-hmm.
point there, Hans.
True.
And it's really something new. They
Exactly, exactly.
enjoy the night. So let's call on our next co-host. Ready? So yeah, let's call on Sam.
Hi,
Hi
good evening,
Sam, how
guys.
are you?
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Sam.
I apologize for being underdressed for this. Kasi ang alam ko usapan natin
It's
basta
all right.
komportable. How are you guys?
Sorry. We're
We're
good.
doing good.
Excited.
How about you? How about you?
Very, very nervous, but yes, excited as well. No, syempre, kasi
That's
diba yung
nice.
host
That's good to
natin
hear.
tonight is a very good friend of mine. So, I don't really think there's something for me to be nervous about. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So there. We're gonna be the host for tonight. Yes. Hope that you enjoy the stream and learn from our special guests tonight. So what's next? Yo,
Let's
I think
let's
this is
give
the
a
part where
background,
you
Nala.
introduce.
Let's give a background. Let's give a
I
background
give
check
it
of our
back.
special guest, Nala. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
Sino
Sab,
bibigay?
go.
Okay. So our very first guest for tonight, for the first episode of Inspired, she's a very good friend of mine, and actually the topic that we will be talking about is actually like as Ed's said earlier, is very timely because the month of September is known as the Suicide Awareness Month, and we're going to kickstart
Sure.
our stream, our series with a talk about mental health. So this close friend of mine is a mental health advocate, and actually, this isn't the first guesting she's had. She's had guestings from other shows. She's had what do you call this? Other interviews, and I can say that we are actually very lucky and blessed to have her here so that she can share her experiences and her stories with us. So, without further ado, guys, my childhood friend, Miss Bea Gonzales.
Yay!
Woo!
Hi, Bea.
Hi.
Hello!
Hi, Bea! Woo!
Gusto ko yung may
Oh
dramatic
my
effect ako
gosh.
eh.
Of course. Perfect. Yeah, that's
Ano,
how
just
our
to get
friendship goes.
viewers pa daw. Charot.
Oy, wag ka. Dumadami daw yung viewers namin pag nagdadrama ako. So, dapat may konting drama dapat.
Ay,
Oh.
ganun ba? Sige. Ano, tawag dito? Anong kadramahan mo lately, Sabrina?
Oy,
You want
teka
to
lang.
share?
Ang usapan nito mental health.
Wow.
So, kaya yung ano natin. Ha? Hindi ako.
Charot, charot,
Hindi
charot.
ako yung guest.
Yeah, we have a guest. Hands.
Sorry. Nag-carried away ako. Sorry.
Cute.
So, hi, Bea.
Hi.
How's how's the pandemic? You know, how's dealing with this that we have right now? This pandemic season, like staying at home and stuff like that.
Well, of course it's hard. It's hard because parang we were all taken out from our normal lives, and now we have cabin fever, and we have to think about other things. We have to think about our health, our parents' health, our family's health, and it can be scary. Actually, it is scary. So you have to really learn to cope with what's happening. You have to find ways to keep your mind off of it, but at the same time stay aware so that you're vigilant against what's happening. So yeah.
Oh.
Actually, guys, before we push through to our
Um.
viewers, if you have any questions, please just leave them on the comment section below and we will get to them after.
So yeah, yeah. It's very it's very it's very crazy nowadays. You know, like few months into this pandemic, it's like it's okay and stuff like that. But sooner, I've like after 2 months or 3 months, it gets crazy because we're some of us are a people person, so we have events and stuff like that. So it's really hard to cope with this, but we're still trying to find ways to settle our minds with this new normal that we have.
Definitely.
So yeah,
How are you guys coping?
Ah, ooh.
Well, we're doing...
who wants to go first?
I don't know who wants to go first.
Sige. Volunteer ako. Volunteer sa
Ladies
review.
first. Yeah.
Oh, ladies first daw, Hans.
Ay,
Ikaw daw muna.
wait. Wow, ha, hello, ouch. Pero wait lang. We have a question. We have a question from Bianca Junio. What are the
Okay.
small things
Let's
that
see.
we can do to take care of our mental health during this pandemic?
I would say
That's a very good question.
try to keep a routine. So if you wake up, let's say at 6 a.m. before the pandemic started, then try to keep that routine. As much as possible, whatever you can keep normal, keep it normal. But at the same time, when you're working, for those who are working, make sure to set a time for you to stop working. Because otherwise, you're just going to overwork yourself. You're going to burn yourself out. And that's really something that we want to avoid. I believe that after this COVID-19 pandemic, the next pandemic will be mental illnesses. And this is because we're stuck at home. And like you said, some people are people persons, and we're not used to this. There are people who've lost jobs,
Yes.
people na heartbroken because of the pandemic. You were just talking about it, Janina. Affected.
Yeah, behind the
Wow.
scenes.
So yeah, try to keep a semblance of a normal life.
That's good.
So, Rhea,
Yes.
So
you've heard this question how many times already, but just one more time for us and our viewers. Can you walk us through your journey to
Okay.
become a mental health advocate?
I think it all really begins with the fact that I was born sick. I have this rare illness. Only 1 in 6,000 babies that are born have it. It's called intestinal malrotation. And because of it, I had to undergo several surgeries. I spent most of my childhood in the hospital. So I didn't really have the normal patentero or what do you call this, jump rope kind of childhood. I had IV lines and X-rays. That was my childhood. Fast forward to when I was 14, I think all of that stress and all of that trauma finally caught up with me, and I just I was pushed to the brink, and I had to ask for help from my mom. So at 14, I was diagnosed with depression. At 17, I was told I had generalized anxiety disorder. And at 19, I was diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder. So it's all this not happy mix that's
Mm.
kind of in my life. So yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Pero, diba they
Um,
say that it's
I,
healthy to have outlets when it comes
Hmm.
to those kinds of diagnoses, yung mga um, illnesses. Ikaw, Bea, what was your outlet? What was your go-to um, thing to do?
Mm,
Kunyari, when it was
I
during those
had
times, wala kang makausap about it.
I had several outlets. First and foremost would be martial arts and boxing.
Wow,
That
that's
gets rid
cool.
of the aggression. And then I love art, so I paint and I draw. That's for when the creativity strikes. And finally, I keep a journal, which is very important because that's when I get to process what's happening in my mind. Um, and when I write down what I'm thinking, I'm able to kind of look at things more objectively. So I get to process everything, and then I kind of just rationalize with myself why I'm feeling this way, what can I do to not feel
Mm.
this way or to deal with this better. And so, yeah, journaling really, really helps. Kayo, when you're stressed with school, what do you do?
um, so yeah, I'll go first. I'll go first.
So, let's get
I'll go
action.
first with
Go
this.
natin!
Dito, dito tayo sa pinaka... Joke lang.
Ah,
So
sige,
yeah,
sige, sige,
I
sige,
think...
Andrew, you go
Mhm.
first.
So what I do is, I usually just stream something,
Mm,
just to let off steam. I play games and stuff like that. But now, because due to this pandemic and stuff like that, we have this, I'm currently applying for OJT. So it's very, stressful to find a job right now, to work from home. So I downloaded an app. It's
mm,
called Insight Timer. It's like a meditation. It's an hour-long meditation. So I usually listen to it like before going to sleep, or just lying in bed and stuff like that. I usually fall asleep like 15 minutes into that hour-long
mm.
meditation thing. So
Actually, not.
it's really helpful.
Yeah, yeah, it's really helpful. I've learned to start meditating every day na din. You should try this meditation by Joe Dispenza. It's really helpful. Yes, you can
Okay,
search it up. Ikaw, Hans, what do you
sure, sure.
do?
Well, um, before pandemic happened, whenever I'm stressed, I usually go to places where I can find peace, or
Mm,
let's say um I could wait. A place na lang where I could shout all my thoughts. Yun.
mm,
Yan. Pag sobrang stress na talaga ako, that's what I do.
yeah.
Pero there are other options naman din na I try to do, like naging hobby ko na yung, let's say, writing, because I love to give reviews about uh, new car models. So parang I want to be a automotive journalist then someday. So I try to do my hobbies then as a way of distracting myself from the stress.
Yeah.
And ano, um, pero for me, the best way talaga to release my stress is through driving. Yun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, through driving lang talaga.
That's nice.
Mhm. How about
Sabrina,
you,
it's your
Sa?
turn.
Ah, ako na pala. Joke lang. Well, usually on a regular basis, I would either just call my friends or I would actually go out to the court to play basketball. But since this pandemic happened and social distancing, um, lately I've been just walking around the village. Kung pupunta man ako ng court, I'm usually just shooting hoops alone. But recently, my friends and I from the village, we found this pandemic-friendly sport kasi talagang we don't touch each other. So we just end up playing badminton. Tapos lahat ng gamit namin magkakahiwalay. Para that way, kahit hindi kami naglalaro, we're still keeping a certain distance from each other. I don't know, it's hard for me kasi to, what do you call this? It's hard for me to find another outlet na nandito lang sa bahay. Like the only thing I do here at home is either I bake or I write. But most of the time, as much as possible, I want to be physical and I want to
Mhm.
sweat it out talaga. So, yeah. Yun lang naman.
Hmm. That's a nice one then.
Yeah. Writing really helps.
True.
Parang, di ba when you write, you just stuck in your own world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pero, babe, ikaw,
Oh,
sa
nope.
Yeah, and
yung,
also pala,
ay, sorry, ano yun, Ed?
uh, and also pala, I started writing a journal just this
Ah,
pandemic. You know that?
proud of you.
Yeah, all my thoughts are here. So,
Yeah.
Hmm. That's
Hingan na
nice.
kita.
May brand pang kasama yung journal eh. Yun yung gusto ko doon.
oh, yung
May
hope, yeah.
title na. Ah,
Pa-sponsor
what's the
naman po.
title?
Joke lang.
What's the title of your ano? What's the title of the journal, Eds?
Wala lang. I just bought this. It has a title already. There is hope in this journal. Diba? Parang caution. Parang,
So that's out of
Hmm.
go,
time.
continue, Sab.
At least we're doing. At least all of us are doing well naman. We're trying to distract
Mm,
ourselves then as much as possible, 'di ba?
You know,
yeah, it's important. I mean, if we don't have our outlets, we just go crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
true. That's true.
yeah,
Whew. Babe,
yeah.
syempre, you had your own personal journey to this.
Mm,
Um, syempre, unavoidable yung mga stigmas, the stereotype labels. What,
mm.
if you don't mind me asking lang, um, what kind of labels did you have to go through as you went on that journey?
The very first thing that came to mind when you said that was the word psycho. So in college, I had a boyfriend then who I'm sorry, I'm just gonna come out and say it. So he cheated on me. And the girl called me and said, "You're so psycho," because apparently he told her about my diagnosis and everything. And that really affected me kasi that word, parang you don't even know how hard it is to to have a mental illness. And then you have people like her coming into the picture and calling you names like that. When the thing is, I am not my diagnosis. I'm a completely different person from that. I'm not always just this sick girl. I have a life outside of it. And I guess that's why I also hid my diagnosis for a very long time, because I felt like once you tell people that you have bipolar 2 disorder, there's this tendency for them to say, ah, yeah, si Bea yung may bipolar, or si Bea yung bipolar. And it's really something that I feel like we need to change in our society, because you know it's not it's not helping anyone.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what I had to go through. But I hope that because now more people are aware of what's going on, I hope that it will slowly change.
Yeah, but
You know,
that's
They're the same reaction
that's
that
somehow
they had.
traumatizing. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was. It was.
it's like, God, oh my gosh, it's like, you know, I think people nowadays should open their eyes. You know,
Yes, they should. They should.
like
yeah,
the
they're literally
audacity of
closed.
this, you know,
With sass, I love it.
True.
like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very,
so,
it's very.
mm-mm. So, Bea, tell us your background naman. Like, where did you attend school? And what degree did you receive? Parang ganun.
So
Getting
I
to know
attended,
you.
yeah, okay. I attended college in Enderun Colleges. I graduated in 2018. That was actually the turning point for me when I decided to come out with my story and to become a mental health advocate. So what happened was I was tasked to give a valedictory address, and instead of giving the normal congratulations to everyone, and I I kind of gave an all out, this is me, this is what happened. If I can share my story in front of all of
Mm-mm.
you, you can share yours too. That was basically the message that I wanted to point across, in that I was able to graduate despite all of these things.
Mm.
So what's stopping you from doing the same, right? Anyone can
True.
achieve anything if you want it badly enough. And yeah, when I came out to that speech, a lot of doors opened for me. Um, there are personalities, TV personalities, who started to contact me as well, and um, they wanted to collaborate. And for a time, yeah, we were all connected, trying to put all of the small mental health efforts and put them like under one umbrella. We're still working on that, and yeah, I guess that's what started all of this.
Mm. What made you decide to become a mental health advocate?
Mm, Probably because I know within myself how hard it is to go through a mental illness.
Mm.
But I think the most difficult part of it was feeling like I was alone, like nobody really understood what I was going through. And so I wanted to become a mental health advocate because I want people to know that they aren't alone,
Mm.
that someone out there understands them, and that if you're if you're just willing to ask help, help will come. And yeah, so after I've experienced all of that hardship, I didn't want to just become a victim anymore of mental health. I wanted to turn things around and use what has happened to me to mean something to other people as well. Kasi sayang naman if all those trauma and everything that I've been through, and then I just cry about it at night. Parang, no, I won't stop at that. I've already been through a lot, and I don't want to stop now. I don't want to let it beat me in any way. I'll use it to help others. So yeah.
So yun. So yun yeah, guys. For the viewers, like like the background story of Bea, you just have to work it. You know, like keep on slaying. Yun, ganun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, work it.
No matter
Ano
how
yung
many
work it?
Isa
struggles
pa, isa pa.
you
Isa
just
pa.
have to you just have yeah, you just have to work it. Yeah.
I
So
love it. I
yun. So but you just have to fight all your struggles para lang you can grow on yourself.
Mhm.
And you can also I mean it's also an opportunity to mature, diba, in some
Yeah.
ways. Mhm. So, Bea, what
So,
do you consider to be the most important traits for an advocate to have, rather?
Mm, I think it would really be the passion to help. It has to come from your heart. You can't. It's something you can't fake. It's something that can't be forced, and it's not easy. It's not easy to just come out with your story or to just help people, listen to them day in and day out. It can get tiring, and if you're not passionate about it, you won't last. Um, so I guess passion's very important. Patience, because you can't help everyone every time, whenever, wherever. Um, you have to be patient enough to know na some people will be harder to reach. There are some
Mhm.
people who might repeat the same process over and over again, but you have to be patient with them. Sometimes, personally, I've had people call me in the middle of the night around 12 a.m., 1 a.m., saying, I want to end my life and I just need someone to talk to. So, those times, talagang I have to wake up and tell this person, okay, I'm here, talk to me, ganon. But I feel like if my heart wasn't in it, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do those things. So, yeah, passion, patience, and I would say creativity. Because to become an advocate, you have to find ways to reach your people, your audience, the people you want to help. And you can't just always give talks and the same talk over and over again. Um, you have to learn to reach a different set of audience. So, for example, you're giving a talk to kids, you have to learn to make learning about mental health fun for them so that they can understand it better. But at the same time, if you're talking to the big corporations, you have to you have to make it in a corporate setting. You have to make it more professional, business like. So you have to be creative with the way you kind of feed the message to the people so that they can accept it and they can learn from it instead of just okay, mental health, narinig ko na yan dati. That's what we want to avoid. So, yeah, patience, passion, and creativity.
So, bale, the most important factors are dedication and adaptation
Yeah,
to whoever your audience is. Parang ganun.
mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's a
That's
good way
nice.
to put it.
that's
So,
good.
Sab,
That's
Edzer,
really
you want to
nice.
ask?
Lang, kanina
I
pa
have
ako
a
nagtatanong.
question. I have a question.
Edzer has a question.
Yeah, yeah, I have a question. Can, because nowadays that we have this misconception
Mm-hmm.
between what is mental health and what is a
Mm-hmm.
mental illness. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you like differentiate and tell the audience what's the difference between this things or this mental health and mental illness?
Okay, so mental health actually refers to your psychological and emotional well being, as well as how you relate to others and how you solve problems. Mental illness is when you get parang there's something wrong with those things. And it can affect your mood, your behavior, how you relate to people, how you solve problems, the way you think, and the way you behave. And because of that, it can actually even affect your physical health. That's how important mental health is. And it baffles me how come it's not given as much priority as other sicknesses, because it it's really important, and it's really time that we talk about it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's really, it's really timely that we're talking about it like during this pandemic. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's really getting crazy out there. So yeah, I have another question. Listening to your story earlier, um, what pushed you to
I'm sorry.
what pushed you to
Ah,
seek for help? Yeah.
what pushed me to seek help was when I realized that I wasn't the same person that I was before. Meaning, I would cry all the time, and if I'm not crying, I'm just staring at the wall. I started, okay, trigger warning, just in case someone out there is going through something.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
I started hurting myself, and I had thoughts of suicide. I did not act on them yet at that time, but I was 14. And for someone that young to have those kinds of thoughts, I thought to myself, that's not right. That's not normal. And so I went to my mom and I told her, I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm not okay. And it was scary. It took me months before I could open up to her like that, because I was scared that I'd get bullied in school or that my parents would be ashamed of me, but they proved me wrong. They met me with compassion. They did everything they can to support me. And the more na they showed na they loved me. So I'm lucky to have them. I really am.
That's
Oh
good.
my God. So
Um, yeah.
our co-host has
What do you?
some internet difficulties. Ayan, bumalik na.
Go on.
Yeah. So, what do you think will happen if you didn't, if you didn't seek for help?
Worst case scenario would be suicide. Just flat out suicide. Um, at best, I don't think there's a good scenario that would have come out of it.
Yeah.
Because when you're a teenager, diba, everything is amplified. All of your emotions, your thoughts, and everything. If you're someone with a mental illness, these things are amplified as well. So if you combine those things, there's really no no good outcome that can happen if left untreated
Yeah.
or if left without any help.
Yeah. That's good. We really need someone. We need to, ask people. Be there for someone.
Yeah.
It's like now, especially now. You know, with this, I have a last question in relation to your and to the previous questions.
Mhm.
With that, this time that everything is uncertain, how important, mental health, and what can we do to promote that in our own special way?
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you want to know how you can help out, or
Yeah,
okay,
and yeah, how can we help out? Like, us, for example, me, Will, and Tab. How can we help? You know, promoting
support
this
each
kind
other.
of support. Yeah,
Okay. Um, in terms of supporting your loved ones, because I believe na before you can support other people and to actually really promote awareness, I think it's more important to look within your inner circle and see who needs help first. Um, I'd say check up on your friends every now and then. And sometimes kasi when you're the one going through that mental illness, it's hard for you to reach out. But if someone reaches out to you, it's a totally different ball game. You're now given this opportunity to just speak up. And when that person speaks up, you have to listen. And I mean listen kasi we have a tendency to kind of solve things right away. So if someone tells us a problem, okay, this is what you do. Or yeah, ako din, I'm going through it. But with someone who's mentally ill, all they really need is to be heard. They will ask you for help if they need it. But what's more important is to make them feel like they're heard, that you understand them, and that you don't you don't judge them. You accept them for who they are. Next would be hmm, try to try to figure out the triggers of your loved ones, and then try helping them avoid those triggers. So for me, my trigger is crowded spaces and loud sounds. It just it makes me cry for some reason. And so whenever there's like a party or anything going on with those two, my mom already knows what to do. She just leads me away, and then we do breathing exercises and all that. So I really felt like, and I still really feel like I have the best support system that I could ask for. Now, in terms of awareness and doing your part in taking away the stigma, I think what you're doing right now is already commendable. What the three of you are doing, and within your own little community, just be there for everyone. Just ask your neighbor, "How are you?" or smile. Something as simple as smiling can change everything. I've heard stories of these people who wanted to commit suicide, but then a random stranger just smiled at them, and then they're reminded na it's not always so bad, and they choose to move on with life. So smile and listen and reach out a hand. So yeah,
There,
simple things.
there. That's very simple, you know. Yeah, it really could help someone. It could help
Yeah.
someone each day that
Yeah.
you see a person. You know, just saying hi. You know, like smiling, as you said. You know, I literally miss doing that every time I go to school,
Oh,
to
I can
college. You
imagine.
know,
Yeah.
uh, you know, people person. It's really hard. As I said earlier,
I can tell.
it's really hard for me.
That's true. That's true. That's really true for
Ano,
people's
having to
personality.
with ano, personal touch. Ah,
Yes, Sab.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's actually hard, lalo na if your love language is physical touch.
Oh yeah, it can be hard. You can't exactly touch each other through the screen, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you just have to make it work. I mean, if the foundation of your relationship is strong, I feel like this is something that you can get through, go through with.
Yeah.
That's
True.
nice.
Um,
So, to our viewers, if you have any questions or anything that you wanted to ask, just comment down below, and we will get to your questions right away. We will be
Okay.
waiting.
sounds good.
And it doesn't just have to be mental health, ah.
Yeah,
Just
it can be like in
ask
general.
advice, ganun.
Yeah.
Shoutout po kay
Ah,
Brian Magor, humihingi ng jacket. Wala kaming jacket. Shoutout po dyan kay Brian Magora.
So you're
wala
all
akong
from, I
jacket.
know, right? You're all from CSB?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's CSB doing about mental health?
Nakikigulo lang ako dito.
How? What? What's wrong? What's
uh,
happening?
yeah.
And then,
Biggest
sabi niya nakikigulo.
asking is, what's this? What is CSB doing about mental health and stuff like that?
Mm.
Looking at it, um, because I have a friend in the Center for Well-being.
Mhm.
They're literally promoting mental health and mental awareness. But the students and youth nowadays, you know they just pass by it.
Oh,
The booth itself, they
yeah.
just pass by it. You know, I think we really need to open our eyes, open the youth's eyes to this thing. It's real. It's really happening around us.
Mhm.
It's really hard, especially that you have this. Sa segue na lang ako. Um, uh, a sister, my sister experienced depression because of what happened to her in in school, because all she thought that her advisor was her like second mother in school, but nawala yung honestly nawala yung trust niya
Mhm.
teachers because of what happened.
Mhm.
But hopefully now that she's grade 12, hopefully that she's rebuilding that trust that was lost during that time, because
Mhm.
it was hard as a big brother. It was hard to be it was hard to talk to her
Yeah.
because sometimes it triggers her to cry
Mhm.
because she remembers. There was a time sige, there was a time that my mom, my sister, and my dad went to a mall. I won't name the mall. Mamaya maano tayo. Yeah. Um,
Delikado yan.
delikado tayo dito. They went to a mall. Then biglang, my sister biglang, she cried. She cried like
Mhm.
instantly when they went to a mall. Then hugged my mom because she was scared na, the people who was threatening her will be there. Parang natatakot na siya. She was super scared. So parang as a big brother, it's really, you know, it's hard for me to accept that it's literally happening. You know, I only experience that with my friends because some of my friends are dealing with um,
Yeah.
mental, I don't know, yeah, then I experienced it firsthand with my sister. So it's really it's a life changer for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, so that's why I joined the youth group of Feast to help inspire the youth to touch someone in my journey through this.
Oh, well, I really commend you
Yeah,
for doing that. And thank you for sharing that. It takes guts to say those things.
Mm.
yeah, you're welcome. Oh, there's a question to all.
Oh,
Question to all.
Yun yung kay
Yeah. Hey,
Oh my god.
Oh
What
my
was the
God.
biggest challenge you overcame and how? Oh my god.
you're grounded. This is a
Oh
good
yeah.
question, honestly. This is a good question. Thank you, Zach, for
It
thanks,
this
is.
Zach.
wonderful question.
Thank you, Zach. Ang tanong, sino ang magsasalita?
Sino po mauna?
Ay, naka-blazer daw po yung unang
Mm,
mag-share.
Hans, go for it. Ako yung
Hands
nagtawag
down.
eh, no?
Diba?
Wait,
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
Great
thinking.
minds
Wait,
think
the
alike.
biggest challenge. The biggest challenge you overcame and how have you grown because of it? Um, Sige, the biggest challenge siguro was when me and my mom separated. Yeah, sige, I'll give that. Um, I don't know, it was a challenge for me kasi I was still very young and parang I was still craving for the attention back of a parent. Do you guys get it ba? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
parang you've been looking for a father figure and you've been looking for a mother figure, but although, let's say, my mother was there the whole time, pero there are times lang din na parang she was not there since yun nga, she was busy, she was doing all the work, kaya parang I had to understand na lang din the situation.
Yeah.
Growing up, I understood the situation, pero nung bago-baguhan pa lang, parang, I don't know, I was still immature pa. So parang, yun, I got mad, I got depressed actually kasi parang half of my life has gone. That was the feeling.
Mhm.
So parang I didn't know what to do. Kaya I was all alone lang in the house. Tapos random thoughts are popping in left and right. Tapos di ko na pala alam kung anong ginagawa ko. But I was just staring, like similar to Bea's story. I was just staring at the wall blank. I didn't know what to do na. It's just pure silence in my mind.
Mhm.
Um, but luckily for me, there was this one call that I received from a friend. Tapos, um, to be honest, I'm thankful for that friend kasi if he didn't call me that time, baka trigger warning lang, baka kung ano nang pwede kong gawin, like, hindi ko na alam sa sarili ko kung anong gagawin. So, I might get, something dangerous, tapos, in order to harm anything around me. Kaya ganun. Um, how I, how have I grown because of it? Uh, I, I realized na, yun nga, parang, in order to remove your thoughts, I mean, in order to remove those negative thoughts in your mind, parang, you just really have to talk to people or be open up or being open to what you're struggling about, being open to what you want to say, your opinions, and everything. And eventually, I really thought na no one could accept me for who I am. Pero once I've done that, parang dun ko na na-realize, okay, so I finally found a home, parang ganun, which is sing out with friends who truly accepts and uh, is willing to hear everything about you.
Nice.
That's good.
So, Sab, Edzer, yeah.
Eds.
Ay, tapos na
Edge.
pala si
Okay.
Edzer. Tapos na pala.
Me. Huh? Di pa.
Di pa ba? Ay, ako nga pala, ako pa pala nauna, sorry.
Magmamadali ka.
Hindi na ano lang.
Excited.
Okay. What was the biggest challenge you overcame, and how have you grown because of it? I think it's honestly the biggest challenge that came was it was a uh, I, I don't I'm not allowed to say it in public. It's personal, but yeah, that biggest challenge really, shook the my world and my family's world. Um, it really changed a lot. It really changed how we, move forward with our lives. Um, uh, how have I grown because of it? I think I've grown to be a better person for it. To respect every single decision that's made. Um, I think ano na lang, one thing that I learned because of this challenge. It was something that my dad said to me while we were in the car during this big transit that was happening. Sabi niya, magpatawad tayo. Kasi, say, magpatawad tayo. Parang accept the apology of, I won't mention who is it in the family, but yeah, accept the apology of that person. Um, magpatawad tayo. Kasi, sino ba naman tayo hindi nagpapatawad? Ang Diyos nga nagpapatawad tayo pa ba? Di ba? You know that, that really hit me. It really it made it made me something. It made me realize something out of it. So yeah, yun lang. I can't really say it in public, but yeah, yun lang naman. Thank you guys.
Oh. Yes, Sabrina? Uminom
Ay,
muna,
ay,
no?
parang kumukuha pa
Ay,
ng
grabe.
ano to, buwelo.
Hindi naman siya buo. Okay, bago ako magkwento, Eds, ano viewer count natin?
We
10.
have 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah, we have 12. It's currently increasing.
Guys, thank you
Yes.
for increasing pa kayo nagkukwento. Charot! Lightening up the mood, guys. Okay. Paano ba? Anong year ba yun? That was 20...
Thank you, Zach. Thank you.
2014. Alam ni Hanson ni Bea to.
Yes.
It's
Sorry.
the challenge regarding the ex. Feel ko alam niyo ng dalawa yon. It's dropping na yung akala mo na if since you overcame that challenge, feel niyo na kahit ano kaya niyo ng pagdaan. But in reality pala hindi. Anyway. Yeah, let's just say I went through something super traumatizing. It was more traumatizing than the experience I went through in 2016 or 2017. And let's just say in a way I had to face that alone.
Mhm.
Tapos, long story short, it haunted me pala. When you have that feeling that, oh, I'm over it, I've moved on from it, but then a few years later,
Toot.
I think it
Ayan.
was si Sab. Nagkaroon ng technical difficulties si Sab. We'll get back to Sab.
Magtatampo yan pagka hindi natin natandaan kung ano yung huling sinabi niya eh. Wait lang. Ano bang huling sinabi niya? Wow, memorize ko ugali nito. Ay, ano kaya sinabi niya ito?
Hands
Go.
message Sab.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
There,
Ayun! Yes,
There.
back.
I'm back, guys.
Welcome back, Sab.
Ganito lang yun, guys. Kasi kapag mahal nyo, babalikan nyo.
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Tingnan nyo, kahit na-disconnect ako, binalikan ko kayo. Char! Um, Going back. Saan part ba ako naputan?
O, di ba? Sabi sa inyo eh. Sabi sa inyo talaga.
No, okay. Mali ko ba? Kasi me being disconnected from my side could be a different part from where what you guys were listening to bago ako ma-disconnect. So, which part
Inaalala
was
ko.
that?
Wait lang. I'm trying to remember.
Magtatampo.
I
Oh my God.
think the last part that you said was um how you thought you wouldn't have to go through it again,
Mm-mm.
and
Yes,
that
that one.
after
That
you
exactly.
Yeah.
after you've gone
Okay,
through
okay.
something, yeah.
Okay, so, yun nga. It was very heavy. It's actually heavy kasi that was a secret that I kept to myself for the longest time. Like, not even my best friend knew about it like right away. It took me like 3 months before I actually told him what happened. And I think he's been my best friend for like 2 decades now. Um, it's that feeling na you think that you've moved on, you've accepted it. Pero yun pala, it was just buried at the back of your mind.
Mhm.
And then I attended this Singles for Christ in 2016, I think, or 2017, 2018. And then it was a 12 session thing, um, a 12 session program. And then in the ninth session, they have a pray over. So, now, the person that invited me was one of my close friends here. And then she was the facilitator, and she was my FASI. So, before the pray over in the ninth session, dapat may one-on-one segment na kami. Now, um, when she asked me, is is that all? Is there anything more you want to share? I don't know why, but for some reason, I shared that specific experience with her, and then I broke down. Even during the prayer, I broke down. But during worship after, actually everything after that day, it felt lighter. Kasi bandun ko na-realize na I have completely accepted it, and I already completely let go of it. So I guess how I grew as a person, um, it in a way it taught me to look at things talaga from the brighter side. I mean, not only that, but also more on the logical side. Kasi those kinds of experiences, they make you and they push you to look at things from different perspectives, not just your own shoes, but also the people around you. Parang, in a way, I became more selfless than selfish, which I think is also what's needed right now in this world.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh, that's really nice, Sab. Iiyak na yan.
Kaya, kaya, hinga, hinga.
Okay lang yan.
Charot! Joke lang!
Yeah. Okay.
Ah,
Okay
yes,
lang yan.
yes.
Okay lang yan.
So,
Okay.
Kaya pa, hinga
Aw.
lang.
strong pala, yes. We're all strong.
Yes, we all are.
Mm.
Guys, hindi
Yeah.
mo please, move on tayo sa topic.
There was there was something that I learned being one of the youth leaders, being a youth yeah. So I think yun nga, I think ito yung isang tumatak sa akin, and I keep saying this. It's from my mentor. Sabi niya, kaya mo mag-isa, pero hindi mo kakayanin mag-isa.
I love
Diba?
that.
You
I
still
like
need someone. Yeah, you still
this
need
one.
someone.
I like
Kasi diba, typical sa atin, we usually say na parang sa girls, the girls usually say na, I'm a strong, independent woman. Diba?
Oh my gosh, I always say that.
Then,
same sis.
then the guys naman, hindi ako umiiyak, matigas ako. Diba? It's, you know, yeah, we're trying to be independent, but, sometimes really need to be with us. Journeying along the way, lalo na during this going back, lalo na during this pandemic, we need someone. We need someone to talk to. We need someone, to be with us. To help us, deal with things that sometimes that we can't deal with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, yun lang. That's what I like listening to your stories for
Hmm.
it.
Basta labarn, gano'n.
Laban ng mga girl.
Labarn, gano'n.
Isa pa
Oh,
nga,
I
Hans.
love the sass.
Isa pa. Isa pa, Hans.
Tama na, inuuto niyo na ako eh. Diyos ko lang.
To our
So,
viewers,
ano,
any more questions?
go.
Feel free to ask. To
Yeah,
our
do you have
viewers.
any questions, guys, or
Just comment down.
lessons that you learned during or or
If
talk?
you want to
There,
share, sige, go lang.
Ulang, guys.
there's a
Challenges makes us
lesson.
stronger people. Yes, kaya nga, labar lang ng
True.
labarn, ganun. Kahit it really hurts, tuloy pa rin ang labarn.
Hindi ako ready
Oh my
doon.
God. Kasi honestly, going with this, what Zach said, honestly, these trials that we're going through in our path of, in our path that we're taking right now, or in our calling that we're taking right now, it really makes us stronger. It makes us realize who we are as a person during this journey,
Yeah.
right? Diba? So it's really, it's really a task for us to overcome just that are approaching to us. We can sidestep on these challenges. What we can do is tackle these challenges
Mhm.
that's in front of us
I agree.
and learn from these challenges.
Yeah. I actually
Yeah.
came across this quote a few days ago. It says, I disagree that challenges make us stronger. I believe that you're already strong. The challenges just made you prove it. And I love that
Yeah.
because it spoke volumes to me because it changed my perspective on what strength is. Because growing up, what they teach you is inner strength is when you fight and fight and fight whatever is being thrown at you. But with this quote, it's saying, no, you already have that fire in you. You just you just need that darkness for you to shine. But it's always been inside.
True.
Yeah.
Si Hans may
Okay.
pa-effects talaga eh.
Oo nga eh,
Nakakatawa ko eh.
nakakatawa nga eh.
Intermission na daw si Hans.
Ano?
Intermission ka na daw, di ba?
Yeah, ganito talaga ako.
Oh, that's
Here,
adorable.
we have a comment from Jello.
Jello.
Not a
It's not a
question, but I'm
question.
so proud of you. Wow, Edzero, galing
Yes
mo.
naman, go
And the
Edgar!
Thank
team,
you for having this and
and
making
the team,
CJS and the Avenue to Promote Mental Health. You guys are the epitome of quality leader. What? Tara,
Oh
gano'n no?
my God!
What?
thank you,
Gumagano?
Jello. Thank you, Jello.
But of course, this would not
Basically,
be possible without our guest,
yeah,
Bea Gonzales. Guys.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
yeah,
so
thank you
proud
so
of you
we
much,
have
guys
we have
Bea.
Bea.
too. It was my pleasure.
Mm.
Kaibigan ko
Yeah.
yan.
By the way,
Yeah.
Bea, Bea, Bea.
Uh,
Yes.
What do you do outside of work that helps you maintain a healthy or well balanced life? As an advice na rin to the viewers.
Outside of work, I
Mhm.
paint, I draw, I write. Although my writing and working, they kind of overlap. Um, I've recently started a vlog about mental health. If you guys want to check that out, and I try to spend as much time as I can with my family. They're the ones who keep me sane during this pandemic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kayo.
good.
Well,
Come here. Johannes, go.
ako na naman.
Kakahinaan pa kayo.
Ikaw nagtanong eh.
Ako na naman.
Bakit hindi?
Cute nyo. Oh my gosh.
You will
um,
have to live with.
sige, for me, I just, let's say on a weekend, tapos I have the time for myself, then pinayagan ako gumamit ng car. I I really just go to car dealerships around Metro Manila. I really like that's cars are really my
Your
stress
passion.
reliever. Yeah, and
Yeah.
passion. Yes, yes. Um, parang every time I see it, parang I get so excited. I get so motivated. I don't know. It's just parang there's just something about it na that makes me want to grind more, work hard more. Parang ganun. Yun lang. I express it through cars. Ganun. I'm currently making a personal blog nga eh. Uh, it's called the guy with the Santa Fe. So if you guys want to check that out, pero
Aww.
it's not yet done pa. It's not yet done pa. I'm still creating that website pa on Wix. Ay
Mhm.
shit, di pala sponsored. Sorry. So ayun. Kidding
Hashtag
aside, parang
I
ano
will
lang.
support you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ano lang, during this pandemic kasi, yun nga, a friend of Sab, parang he introduced me to this, uh, he introduced me to this, you know this? He introduced me to this opportunity na I can follow my dream in becoming an automotive journalist. So parang when I heard that news, I just lost it out of excitement. Like I started doing his advices. I started grabbing my laptop. I started pointing out ideas on how will my vlog will look like.
Mhm.
Uh, what cars do I need to schedule for test drives so that I can make a review about it? Then you basically just upload it in my blog. Then I hope there will be viewers naman to watch. Sana. Hoping for the best, you know.
meron yan.
Mm, thank you.
Full
Meron yan,
support.
Bucks. Because just like Bea, you have a support team that will help you.
Aw.
Thank you, thank you. Same goes to all of you. Same goes to all of you.
No.
So
How
ayun.
about you?
Edzer, Sab, anong mga...
Can you please repeat the question?
Oh, sige, sige. I will repeat my question. Uh, wait, what was my question? Ah, okay.
Question ni
Yo,
Bea yun, di ba?
uh, hindi. What do you do
bakit
outside
natanggap
of
yung
work?
answer?
Parang
Hindi na po
naiinitan na ata
fitting.
ako. Charot.
Tanggalin.
This is my question to Bea. What do you do outside of work that helps you maintain a healthy and well balanced life? Did that sink in na ba? Or kailangan ko ulitin para sa inyo?
Pakita galit ko. Char! The joke lang. What's been keeping me sane? Coffee. As in, it's weird because I just started with drinking regular instant coffee. It's weird. And then this one night, my friend from the village messaged me, and then he asked if I wanted cold brew. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So, ako kasi I don't drink my coffee black. Laging may sugar, laging may cream. And then when I try the cold brew, I'm like, okay, granulated sugar is not gonna mix with this, so I use condensed milk. I got addicted, and then I started experimenting on my own cold brew. I asked him, of course, the recipe I asked from him, like what's the ratio from of the water to the coarse ground coffee. And then since then, other than the coffee, I make my own um, sweet cream, and then I might open an online shop soon wherein I sell the cold brew, I sell the pastries I make. Ang hirap lang
Oh,
mag-costing.
Yeah,
I'm proud of
honestly,
you.
honestly.
Yung isang ginipig ko, ang layo eh, nasa Cavite, naka-blazer pa.
Na-expose pa yung kung saan ako nakatira. Oh my God.
Magaling naman kasi.
Your stalkers will know.
Biglang paglabas ni Hans ng bahay, Kuya, pwede po pa picture? Ikaw po yung nasa live stream na ba?
Tapos
Oh,
hihingi sila ng jacket, no?
Shoutout Brian Magora. Ikaw, Eds,
Oh,
what do you
Eds,
do?
your turn.
Ako, I usually, stream at night. Usually late night streams. Puro video games lang naman. Then, I usually write in my journal if I have thoughts in my head that I need to clear out. Na, it's being piled up in my head, in my mind. So, yeah, I think I just continue, like, I think I usually watch kasi YouTubers like at night to keep me relaxed, wala masyadong inisip and stuff like that. Yung mga couple YouTubers, yung mga yung umaasang na makahanap ako ng isang relationship, di ba? Yung mga ganung type. Joke lang. joke lang. Joke lang. Yeah, that's it. Basically, yun lang. Then I started, I think a few months ago, I started another Facebook page. It's called hashtag Realizations. It's puro realizations that I have. Kasi parang I've been sending realizations to my friends, or sometimes I post it in FB. Tapos sabi nila, why don't you have a book? Why don't you have like a blog for it? So I started a Facebook page for it, so that it's a compilation of my realizations in life. Um, Hopefully that I inspired or touch someone's life. You know, my quotes.
that's
So yun lang.
beautiful.
Parang hindi ko alam kung nagpo-promote ba tayo at the same time or or wala,
Promoting
it's
is
fun
good.
lang din.
Wait
Mm.
lang,
Yeah,
hindi ko may
yeah.
nakalimutan sabihin si Ed sa mga ginagawa niya eh.
Ano yun?
Nakalimutan na mag-order ng McDo ng mga 12 midnight.
Ay, sorry. Pag ginugutom yan, if I'm hungry, I order McDo. At 12 midnight.
Hindi
Oh my
nila
God, you
sponsor
had...
ang McDo.
That's it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
God,
Yeah,
guys,
hindi po namin
McDonald's
sponsor
is
ng to.
sponsoring us. Sadyang the few times
Pero
I've been
kung
on
sino pong gusto
holidays.
mag-sponsor sa amin, welcome naman po. Open to negotiation naman po kami.
Okay, here's my question for
Oh,
Okay.
everyone.
yan. Yan, finally.
What? Okay, we're talking about a lot of struggles lately. I mean, this whole live stream. That's all we've been talking about. Let's go up. What do you guys consider as probably your biggest achievement in this pandemic or throughout this pandemic?
Best achieve.
Can be personal, emotional, physical. But what you consider for yourself is it's an achievement for me.
Mm, I would say for me, the biggest achievement I've had was just putting up the blog and putting my story out there in public. Um,
Mhm.
and this is because I have had such an overwhelming response to it. There are people reaching out to me saying thank you, strangers actually, and it gave me a sense of purpose and a sense of fulfillment, knowing that I was able to touch other people's lives in my own little way. I know I don't have the power to actually change everything and make such a big impact in this world, but getting there, doing what I can.
That's good.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
For me, greatest achievement during this pandemic. Hmm. I think writing a journal. I think that
Oh,
that was my greatest achievement because I've had this journal for a long time na walang nakasulat. It has nothing on it. Then I saw it again during this pandemic. It's like couple, parang a couple of days after my birthday. Then I saw it.
mhm.
Sabi ko, I told myself, well, let's start writing on this journal and write my thoughts. What I'm thinking, how's my day, um, thinking that, okay, I saw that, I have my journal right now. I was like browsing to it while
Mm-hmm.
answering your question. And I saw something.
Ay,
I
ayan na, ayan na, ayan na.
just laughed at it.
Yan na, yan na. Let's go
Um,
deeper. Let's dig deeper.
Sige, I just want to share this. Wala lang.
Go lang.
Where is it? Here. Whew. Okay. This is like to my future something like that. I don't know if you I don't I usually write like that na parang to my future wife, to my future girlfriend. So yun,
Okay.
what do you want to hear ba? Future future wife.
I would say I want to hear about to your future wife.
Wife.
Actually,
Okay.
same.
To my future.
Kahit sandali.
And stop.
Yun na si intermission number.
Pwede ng background music.
Yeah. Hand should have a to my future wife. Wait. I'm looking for it. Here. Here. Ready? Ay, 6 viewers. Oh my God.
Let's
Sino
go.
kaya nanonood? Okay.
It's 8.
Here. 8? Okay. So here. To my wife. Can't help to wonder what you're doing and where you're at. If I've met you or if you're still a stranger. Or your eyes brown or your eyes is blue. Or And is your hair is your hair curly or straight? But since I don't know these things, here are the things that I do know. I'm gonna give you the world. I won't stop till I do. I'll hold you when you need me to. And I sing you to sleep.
Oh,
I'll be everything you need. I'll be a good father to our kids, a loving and loyal friend. But most importantly, I'll be your best friend. I
oh,
can't wait for the day that I see you walk down the aisle in that beautiful dress with that beautiful smile on your face. But until then, I love you. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.
The smile on your face makes me know that you need.
There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave.
that was really
So
beautiful
there,
though.
yeah.
I love it.
Not gonna
Thank you,
lie.
thank you.
So ano naman kilig
So yeah,
Twitter
basically
natin
yun
sa
lang.
Let Ed finish. Ano ka ba? Let Ed finish.
kinikilig kasi sa Sabrina. Kanina pa siya gumagano no.
Yeah, kilig. What's kilig? I don't know that feeling.
Wow, ah.
Talaga lang ah.
Wow. So yun, yeah. They, are there any questions pa ba? Do you still have any questions in the comments or any,
Yan, nasagot
comments
ako.
that so yeah.
And
Ay, ano? Ano ulit? Wait, sorry. Nakalimutan ko yung question.
hindi mo pa sinasagot ano ko. What do you
What was the
consider as your biggest
question?
achievement? What do you
Huh.
what do you think? What do you consider as your biggest achievement in this pandemic during this pandemic?
Wait. Wait lang. Gumawa ako ng TikTok video na yan eh. Wait lang. Ano nga ba eh?
Pinromote
Guys,
yung
follow
TikTok.
him on TikTok.
ano, basically, ano kasi, I made this TikTok video na parang, let's say, to clear out my thoughts din. Parang to realize what
Okay,
have
mag-explain ko lang.
I,
Halongkatin ko TikTok. Dali mo mag-explain ka. Halongkatin ko TikTok mo.
oh my God, oh, sige. So, ano kasi, basically, the greatest achievement of mine this pandemic siguro is parang I learned how to take care of myself or love myself. Kasi before this happened kasi parang I got tired. I did everything I can. Tapos parang I'm always looking for something just to make things work in a way.
Mhm.
Gets ba? Like uh but upon doing those things, I really forgot something which is yun nga, to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And it also affected my mental health din kasi. So parang yun nga, thoughts are popping in left and right, ganun. And
Mhm.
hindi na ako, parang it feels like no one is there to comfort you. So
Mhm.
parang what I did was, I I decided to end some things. Kasi parang there are some situations that's happening in my life right now na parang not balanced.
Yeah.
So I decided to end some of my past habits para lang uh, I can finally have the answer to myself.
Yeah.
Then with the help of friends also like Sab and our best friend Beatriz also.
Our other bear.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, we have another big. So, I'm thankful na I had them kasi they were really supportive kahit ano nangyari sa akin. Same goes to them, kahit anong mangyari sa kanila, I've got their back. Kahit ano.
Oh,
And
that's so
yeah,
sweet.
yeah, parang with the sacrifices I made this pandemic, I just hope that everything will go well. Just to have peace of mind.
Hmm.
That's why that's why I realized na I'm letting go of some things for my growth as a person.
Yeah,
Yeah, yun. That's the greatest achievement that I can say to myself that happened.
I love it.
And
So,
I thank you. Okay, so it's not.
and our Mr. Universe 2020 is.
So yeah, yeah.
Ano dyan
This
sa
is like
comment section?
an amazing night to start off with this season that we're having.
Yeah.
I call it a season because first term is season one for Inspire. So yeah, we have a couple of guests upcoming for it. So yeah, I'm happy that they you accepted our invite
Of
for
course.
this show.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
talaga so
having
much,
me.
Bea. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you,
This show
Bay.
wouldn't be possible if we
We
didn't
learned a
agree
lot.
to having you
Oh,
as a guest today. Legit. Thank you. Thank you
oh,
so
you
much.
guys are so sweet.
Yeah.
Kailangan mo ng tissue. Iyak ka na ba?
Okay naman. Sakto
Iyak
lang.
ka naman.
Kaya pa naman.
So,
Diba?
Mm.
So yun guys, any last minute questions to the viewers? Any last minute questions?
yeah, last minute, guys. If you have questions, may 5 viewers na. Hopefully, they have questions. We're reaching
Gusto
to
niyo ba akong
the
sumayaw
one hour
dito
and a
para
half mark.
magka-question ba tayo? Ganun.
Ikaw lang sasayaw niya. Just say, ikaw lang sasayaw niya. So, which TikTok were you talking
Let's wait
about?
for.
Because I'm on your TikTok page. Which
Oh
TikTok
my
were you
gosh, we're talking about TikTok.
Naka-private.
Hindi,
Naka-private
sinabi
siya.
niya, diba? He
It's all
posted some
private. It's all private. It's all private.
pizza.
Wow, ha, ano, you suck. Sinend ko nga sa
The,
GC natin. Ano?
Alin doon? Which GC? There's like...
Ay, yeah.
wait,
Madaming
what,
GC.
what tayo mag-away dito sa stream, guys?
Di kami talaga nag-aaway ni Sab. Ganito lang talaga kami magkausap.
Yan yung ulit kami maglambing. It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Kahit ano, like yung mga drinks niya from Starbucks, I just randomly take her drink, tapos sip it, tapos yun. Bigay ko na ulit
Lit
sa kanya.
at that point. Alam mo yung magkikita pa lang kami, kakalapag ko lang ng drink. Wala man lang hi, hello, diretso kuha ng kape. I'm like, hi,
Oh,
bro, hi.
Kaya yun. Hi to you too. How are you?
Ano siya? Kuha drink, sips. Hi nga pala.
oh.
The heck?
Okay. Yeah. Let's end this off with our learnings, our insights on this episode. Each one will like a learning. Kahit kung ano natutunan nyo. What did you learn with this episode that we had today? So I'll start it off. Um, I think with this episode that we had tonight, it made my eyes open to people out there who's dealing with this illnesses,
Mhm.
and also we need to also that we need to remind the youth that there are people out there, especially your friends, your family members, your relatives, are there to help you. They're just waiting for you. It's like saying, we're just waiting for you to come home to us, to talk to us,
Yeah.
because we're here. We're here to help. Yeah, I
Yeah, that's
think
great.
that's the ultimate lesson that I learned tonight. That
Oh,
someone is always there waiting for us to come home, especially the man above. He's there. He's waiting for us also to come
of
home.
course.
You know. Yeah. So that's my ultimate lesson for tonight. Next, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not a major lesson, but I think it's a lesson that we need to keep reminding ourselves and the people around us every day that the smallest things will always matter.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
The smallest things will always
So
matter.
true.
Ah, diba?
How about hands?
Next, hands.
Tapos ka na, Sab? Okay.
Tapos na po ako.
Well, for me, I always tell people na I'm an open book. You can ask me anything. You can share anything. Um you can open up your story. You can open up whatever problems you're dealing with. Kahit ano, willing ako mag-listen. Um, the lesson siguro that I learned is to whoever is going to reach out to you. Siguro it depends on the situation. Depends on that person. Siguro. To whoever is going to reach out to you, mapa-problem man yan or kahit na concern lang, I think uh, we need to entertain it pa din. Kasi
Mm.
we don't know how, we don't know kasi how they want to open up eh. Gets? Kaya parang we just have to understand muna. Then, um, that's the time where maging comfortable na yung person to open up to you. So, that's why parang listening attentively is very important
Mhm.
also.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
That's what I learned. Listening attentively to the people who wanted to open up. Yeah.
Great.
Mm-mm.
It's good.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
happy you guys learned something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're happy you keep
And
us
also,
smart.
yeah. So I just want to add up something. Because I usually do it to my to to the sabihin natin to the youth.
Mhm.
Um, kung sino yung na-mentoran ko, I always tell them na I'm just one chat away or one text or one call away. Just hit me up if you have, if you want to talk to someone because I'm here. Kahit busy, I'll make time for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I think when I became, when I joined um, where I'm right now, being a youth leader, um, or being one of the youth members, um, I think I found my purpose. I discovered my purpose there.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I'm here to love, to motivate the youth in any way that I can, because they need someone to look up to,
Mhm.
because that's the trials and that's the challenges that they're currently having nowadays.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. So yeah, so that's it. Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
yeah,
Making
we're gonna
this
end it
making
here.
this
There you go.
like I don't know. Parang making
Go
this
Hans.
whole live stream purpose. Parang wala, I'm just so happy lang na we get to know people like Bea, we get to know influencers, we get to know uh, streamers
Streamers.
from different genres of viewers.
Mhm.
Um, they get to share things that matters, especially in this time of the situation.
Yeah.
Mental health really matters the most. That's why we want to look for answers in some way. That's why we created this in order for some people to ask questions or kahit to look for answers man lang na they've been always looking for since dati pa mga ganun. Kaya yun, I'm just so happy lang na a person like Bea agreed to join our live
Oh,
stream tonight. Yeah, yun lang.
touch ako.
Thank you, Bea, again.
Thank you so much.
She
Yeah,
So
we're
yeah,
gonna end this off tonight with our first episode. It was a wonderful episode that we had tonight.
yeah.
and
Yeah, I'm
most
really happy that
especially,
it's
thank
very
you to
successful.
the viewers. Thank you to the
Yeah.
viewers.
Yeah, to the
Thank you to our
viewers.
And to those who commented, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really needed
Yeah,
those.
and sana may nakuha kayo sa
yeah,
amin.
and also, um, yeah, and also, guys, stay tuned. Next Tuesday, we'll be having another live stream. I think we're gonna talk about fitness. So it's gonna be something new again. So hopefully you stay tuned with that new guest that we're having, and I'm really happy that tonight the first ever episode of Inspire was very successful. And thank you
Thank
again,
you.
Bea, for
Thank
accepting
you.
our invitation.
You're welcome.
Bea, before we end this live stream, do you have something to promote, or do you have any um socials that the viewers want to follow you somehow?
Um, I guess if you want to check it out, you can check out my blog. It's called Beyond Bipolar. It's in my Instagram handle. Just check it out and search Beatriz Gonzales. It's supposed to pop up there. Or you can shoot me a message. My name on Facebook is Beatriz Gonzales. And yeah, if you need someone to talk to, if you need advice, I'm always just here.
So thank you so
Yeah,
much, Beatrice.
Thank you, Bay.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.
thank you, Bea.
To our
So
viewers,
and
Bye, guys. See you.
see you on the
See you
next
Tuesday.
episode, guys. Bye
See you
bye.
guys. Bye.
and, and then,